All right, so tonight, I very much hope that you guys can get something that you can use in your business, in your life, and be able to move forward in some way. So the first thing I want to do is I want to open up an opportunity for you guys to ask any questions that you have. What I want to talk about tonight, which I've been told, like, don't talk about negative things, but I don't care because I don't do what people tell me not to or to do, and I recommend that you all do the same. I want to have a conversation about the biggest things that keep you from staying motivated and the biggest things that will get in your way of having success, discouragement, and all that stuff. So that's what we're going to talk about first off tonight. But my intention in sharing that with you guys is not about let's all talk about, let's all feel good about why we don't stay motivated and why we want to quit. That's not it at all. What I want to do is for you guys to be able to recognize a pattern and have the opportunity to change it. And I want to do a couple things tonight. I'm going to get into some personal development stuff, but then we're going to get into some technical stuff as well. Very important. I feel like it's to have both sides of it, and every training I will keep it to that. So this training is going to be an hour. And if we have some time, we'll pull some people out and look at some specific questions they have. For now, please ask questions in the chat. The first 4 questions, once there's 4 questions, let's keep it at that. Write your other questions down. Once I answer those, you'll have an opportunity to ask yours. Okay, so the first thing I want you guys to do in the chat is I want you to share your wins. There's 15 people on this Zoom and so far, and congratulations for being the 15 of 230. It does make a difference, you guys. It really does. The people that show up on the calls, you see a parallel between that and the people that succeed. That is a fact. So congratulations for taking the time for being here. And congratulations, Danielle. That's amazing. Definitely should have tagged them in the chat in the training today so that they knew to be on the call. So if you did that, great. If not, I would do it right now. I ran my first ad, Haley. Congratulations. And so did Caleb. Wrote my first ad. Going to be posting tomorrow. Super pumped to get started. Good for you. I had a chat with Melissa, and she helped me with some tech stuff. I'm excited to see my results moving forward is my win. Perfect. Congratulations, Sarah. Megan. Connecting with people in the community, gaining new strategies to get over my hurdles. Good for you. And I know, so one of the amazing things about you, Megan, that I've always loved is your ability to take things into your own hands. And you guys, that's really important. Like, you have to, like, the moment you just sit and wait for things to happen or wait for something to tell you something that works is the moment you place your fate in someone else's hands. So Megan, I want to commend you for being someone that always is like, I'm not getting results. Well, how can I get results? Well, I'm going to go find the people in the community that are getting results, and I'm going to reach out to them. And I know that can be intimidating for some of you guys, but I'll tell you firsthand that the people that have done that with me in the past, whether they're on my team or not, are people, they didn't just do it with me. They were asking a lot of questions throughout. And you can tell when someone's asking questions based on the work that they're doing, not just based on laziness. So if you really want results, go find people in the community that are getting them and ask them. That is huge. The fact of the matter is I can teach you all day long, but if my message isn't resonating with you, it's not going to move you forward. So congratulations, Megan. That's amazing. She is working tonight. Okay, good. I'm so happy for you. Amazing, girl. Shane, I've been all out at my day job and I've been lacking in the content, but I've had leads and I'm following up with trying to get them on the phone. Shane, are you running ads yet? love to know if you're running ads yet. Okay, so let's talk about the main killers of motivation. I firsthand know, and by the way, that's not 15 wins. So if you don't have a win in there, it doesn't mean that you have to have a result within your business. But you know what, you guys, the reason we go through wins is for you to like connect with something that's going right in your life. And if you're not doing a gratitude list and you're not doing the things that are going right for me list, the problem is if you can't focus on the things that are going right in your life, you can't create more. So find something, please comment. And I would love to see 15 of those. Yes, running ads. Good. Yay. Good job, Shane. Happy. Got my winning ad reapproved. Good for you, Salima. I heard you're getting like 60-cent leads. Is this true? Got a few comments after a serious dry spell and a promising lead combo. Good for you, Michaela. And Alana wrote, tweaked 2 of my ads and have them both running now. Also connected with Courtney and we're having weekly accountability calls. Oh, amazing. So how many of you do not have an accountability partner? Hey, Nicole, I see you just popped on. Do any of you not have an accountability partner? If you don't, please comment below. Sarah doesn't have one. Cheyenne doesn't have one. All right. Okay, I want you guys to take a note. Everybody in there that does not have an accountability partner, I want you to start a group chat in Messenger with all of you, and I want you to start working together. Okay? Danielle, Kayla, Haley, Allie, Cheyenne, and Sarah, connect and start being accountability partners. You don't have to have just a one-on-one. You guys can start literally an accountability group. If it's too many and you find it doesn't work, there's never any hard feelings. You guys let it go. Like there's never any hard feelings, right? So, but you do need, even though the community is here and it's open and it's amazing, it's really nice to have a smaller group that you can be like, okay, so for accountability partners, Salima, I know you have an accountability partner. So can you tell me kind of some of the things that you guys have worked on to help you guys stay accountable for each other? Are you okay with that? I'll unmute you.
Yeah, my accountability partner, it was Haley for a bit, but we kind of, you know me and Haley, we're off and on, so we need to get back on the accountability. But I think just sending each other your goals or what you intend to do, and then just check up on each other, even daily, just to see if you've done them, even if it's just small things like your gratitude or reading a book or whatever task you wanted to do, I think.
Perfect. So Haley gave you guys some really good tips there. What you actually want to be doing is something that's effective is what are your goals? What's the timeline on them? What are you doing daily? Check in with each other. What are you doing daily? And you know what, I'm going to be honest with you, this is annoying. It's always like that one person in the group that like does everything right. You're like, that's annoying. But it's only because you actually are resisting like a new pattern. So, and I shouldn't even put that in your mind that it's going to be annoying because it doesn't have to be. It's just that I see accountability partners and mastermind groups fall apart very, very often. And it's because people aren't consistent. So get in the group and find, and if within those groups you find someone that you can, whatever, but get in these groups, set your goals. Accountability partners are massive. And if there's somebody in that group that's like on it and they're keeping on, you watch, that person is going to go far. So stay on it with each other. And if it's not working for you and something's boring you, find another way. There's not one way to write a gratitude list, nothing, right? So get an accountability partner. Because one of the reasons that we fall off doing what we're wanting to do is because we don't have anybody holding us accountable. And it's in the beginning, not all of us are self-propelled. We want to say that we are, we want to be self-propelled, and that's the ultimate journey, is we want to be able to be self-propelled. always. And when I have conversations with people, that's one of the first things I look for in people is, do you understand that there's no guarantees? Do you understand that this is like, you're going to have to put time, effort, and energy into this? So learning for ways to be self-propelled. And one of the number one ways is to have an accountability group. Some other ways that we lose motivation is self-doubt, worthiness, self-worth. Now, you guys have to be easy on yourself, and you have to be kind to yourself, and remember that there's most things that you've been doing all your life, you are going to continue to want to do, not because you want to, but because it's a habit. So you have to create new habits for yourself. So for those of you that love to have wine at night, and you love to have some drinks, or you love to go to the bar or whatever, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. That should be very limited. And it's not because I don't want you to have fun. It's because I would say one of the main reasons people don't jump on these trainings is they're like, oh, I've had a few drinks and I don't really want to, I can't really focus, right? November was a no booze November for me, for Melissa. And there's never any question of, oh, do I feel like doing that? The thing is, you guys, if every single thing that you're doing is in alignment with building your business, things like that won't be a question. So for those of you that like to have drinks every night and stuff, again, if they are pulling you away from getting on trainings, just notice that. That's another thing that can pull us away from our motivation. Another thing that can pull us away from our motivation is not getting results in the time that we want to get them. But we have to really understand is the reason that we're doing this isn't to get results. We are stockpiling leads, conversations, and all that stuff. So how many of you, does anybody not have a clear long-term vision? Like when we talk about the 40,000 foot view, do you guys really see that? Like, is there anybody that wants me to, okay, let's put it this way. Is there anybody that feels that they're too focused on what happens day to day as opposed to what happens over the next year or 2 years? So let me know, because if not, I won't get into it. If you guys feel like you're super clear on that. So Sarah feels like she's super focused on that. Yes, a bit. Cheyenne. Okay. So I'll just get into it really quick. It's not a ton of people, but basically the problem is this. One thing that can make you lose motivation is you're so focused on what happens day to day, and you're like, I'm not getting results today, so that's going to hinder me from tomorrow. But what you have to realize is if you're really, really doing all the work, which means learning something new and applying it, if you truly feel like you are invested in your business and what you're doing, then even if you're getting results or not, it won't matter, because you're like, okay, that's another thing in my pocket. That's another thing I know that didn't work. That's another thing I know that didn't work. Great. That's another thing I know that didn't work. And then you start to put all these things in your pocket and you're like, great, there's a huge list of things that didn't work. So now I'm going to not do any of those things anymore. So you have to start looking at things that are not working as opportunities for you never to do them again. Okay. So when things aren't working for you and you're losing motivation, focus, be like, okay, great. None of those things worked. What is the opposite of those that I can try? So it really is about perspective on that sense. So those are a few things that can definitely kill that. The other thing that can kill your motivation is, and this is a huge one, looking around and connecting with all the people that aren't succeeding. And I can be honest with you, I think every single person in here, including myself, has done that at one point and justified it as a result why they are not getting results. Because we want to be right. And we want to be right about why we're not getting results. So we go and find all the other people that aren't. And we'll be like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's why I'm not getting results, because all those people aren't. So whether you want to admit it or not, I think all of us have found that part. So what I would really love for you all to focus on is go find the people that are getting results and ask them questions, just like Megan did and has been doing. Find those people, ask them questions, find out what they're doing. And in the ACE trainings, we have really, some of the leadership has really pushed to be able to pull people in the community that are doing well out so that they can share what they're doing that's working. And I'm going to share a little bit of that tonight, because I'm really having some really good results in a lot of different ways right now. And Mel is too. And we have some tips that we want to share with you guys. So we're going to get into the technical training. The very last thing that will keep you from staying motivated is actually taking care of yourself. And I kind of talked about this with the alcohol and everything, but save space for you and yourself to be able to do the work. If you're not putting in 2 to 3 hours a day of like actual good time, right? Like focus on where you're putting your time and be like, is this actually moving me forward or not? Because a lot of times what we do is we keep doing the same thing and it's not getting us anywhere. So the fact of the matter is if you're not getting results, then reach out to people that are getting results and figure out what they're doing, ask the questions, test it. If it doesn't work, you find someone else, and you find someone else, and you find someone else. Like, this is what I did. I didn't even care. I reached out to, I remember when I first started, and I reached out to people in the community that were like, they were like movie stars in the community. And I was like, I don't care. You know what? I want to know what they're doing. I want to know what works. Just ask the questions. Apply them. If they don't work, go on to the next, go on to the next, go on to the next. Try something new. Reach out to someone that's not in the community. Go look. The thing is, you guys have to be resourceful. You have to be excited, and you have to know at the deepest of your core that you will get results. Because if you don't truly believe that, you will not get anywhere. And that's a fact. So I don't want to beat that. I talked about that for 20 minutes, the things that will keep you kind of stuck. So find one of those things and find out where you're getting stuck and move forward. So a couple things I want to talk about tonight as far as technical training is I want to explain to you guys the value. Hold on a second. And, oh wait, sorry, just so that you guys know, nobody has asked any questions tonight. So if you guys don't have any questions, that would be weird. Okay, so what I want to talk about tonight is conversations. And what are you selling? So I think that this is a really, really huge and important thing, because what's the most common thing I hear from people is I'm like, I haven't had results, so I don't know how to sell this. Now, and you've all heard me say this, if you don't have results, it's because you're not showing up to the trainings and you're not implementing something. But there's a new part of that I want to bring into this conversation tonight, and that's innovation. So the people that do well in business of any kind is not the people that wait for the answers. It's the people who do something different. And the way that you find your own way and your own path in this is creating something unique. Now, we all know, like maybe we don't all know, but the biggest cause of people failing online is people watching other people and what other people are doing. What that will do is it will pull you out of your authenticity and what you're creating. So in order to create your own personal brand, you have to find something that makes you unique and magnify it. That is a big part about building your own personal brand, because we're not just running ads. We're not just like, using an ad set and split testing. You are creating content that's unique. So what I'd like to do tonight is I want all of you to write, as many of you as possible, to write in the chat what your avatar and long-term vision. So what's your audience and what do you want them to experience? Okay, who's your audience? What do you want them to experience? And the third thing is, what do you want to create long-term? So I want you guys to write that in the chat, and I'm going to pull each of you out. And this is essentially, what are you selling? And we are going to go through, I'm going to pull each of you out that talk about this, and we're going to really get down into avatars tonight, because I do feel like one of my skills for people is helping them find their avatar. And I also find that finding your avatar is one of the biggest gaps people have in their life. Well, not in their life, sorry, in their business. So let's see. Still struggling with this. That's okay, Sarah. I have to start asking more questions. I spend too much time trying to figure out things out on my own, and I watch too many people. Yeah, Shane, that's probably your biggest block. So stop it. I got low quality ad come up, and it said because I'm asking people to interact with my ad, was wondering if anyone else had this, so it made my ad low priority. No, I haven't. Can you show me the error that you got there? I'm still struggling. Okay, Natasha, then. So instead of being like, I'm still struggling with it, you guys have, like, okay, so this is the problem. I'll be straight up with you, Sarah and Natasha. If you don't know what you're selling, you will never get leads. You won't. And it's not about struggling with it. It's like, let's take this opportunity to get fucking clear with it. Excuse me for swearing. I didn't mean to swear if you have kids around. Okay, I want to create a tribe of moms who want to have the freedom to travel, adventure, and explore with their kids. Long-term goal is to do the same. Okay, so Salima, first off, you're getting a lot of leads right now, so let's talk about this. Let's go through this. And I want you guys to pay attention, because the way I do this with Salima is the way I'm going to do it with any single person I talk to. So, Salima, you want to create a tribe of moms. And I'm going to be, the cool thing about Salima is, if you guys don't know who Salima is, she is a single mom of two beautiful children, very similar to me, that is starting to really do really well in her business. Salima's been in it for a while. She has never quit. So she wants to create a tribe of moms. So Salima, why are moms important to you? Why is motherhood so important to you? Because every woman is a potential mom, really. So what is it about motherhood that's so important to you? And I'm going to actually, instead of so that we're typing back and forth, I actually want to pull you out and I want to have an actual conversation. So I'm going to unmute you. Let's talk about this.
Okay. Why mom's so important?
Yeah.
To me? I don't know. Probably just because I'm a mom too, so I can relate better there.
Yeah, but you haven't always been a mom. So you're a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So what about motherhood is so important for you that you want to help them? What's the space in your heart that you want to help more of these people be free? Why is motherhood any different than just a woman that could potentially be a mom? Like, what if somebody gets pregnant down the road and they're going to be a mom tomorrow? What is the difference? What actually are you wanting to help these women with?
Okay, I get you. That's really good. And I think that's actually hit the spot for me, because I was really torn because I'm only 25 myself, had my girls when I was young, so I never really got the chance to find who I was in between that.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I want to identify with just people my age that want to adventure, explore, travel. But then I'm a mum, so I kind of put myself in that basket of I'd relate more to mothers. So I think in general, I just want to be able to, I don't know, connect with a tribe of people that just have that feeling of wanting to adventure and explore and be able to help them make that happen, whether they're a mum or not.
Perfect. So I want to really open this up to everybody that's on this call, and for you guys really to understand that this is not about connecting with a small group of people. This is truly about changing the world and changing a mindset. If you can do this within here, you can apply it to clothing lines. You can apply it to absolutely anything. What you really want to understand is people's motivation. So Salima, you want to connect with the younger generation and you want to offer them a brand new way of life. Now, I feel like you want to connect with the younger generation more than you want to connect with mothers. Would that be accurate?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like if they're a mother, then it's a bonus. Like, yeah. Awesome, I can help them out with their kids and whatever.
Absolutely. But the main thing is for you is, do you feel like being younger and being more open-minded to change might be easier for you to share that with people than working with older people?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's a level that you could work with people on more because you're the younger generation rather than because you're a mother?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I want you guys to start expanding your avatars. People focus so much, and I know I've said this, like, know the nail polish they're wearing, know where they are, know what they're doing. But sometimes we get too dialed in and we don't understand what an avatar truly is. So Salima, instead of you limiting your avatar to mothers and young moms, how about we expand that just a little bit? Okay, so yeah, you're right. If you're a mom and they have children, it's a bonus, right?
Yeah.
But how about we look more at the younger generation and experiencing freedom, because younger generation is more trainable, to be completely honest, you guys. They really are. And there's more opportunity for them to see a brand new way of life. So I would say for you, why don't you start communicating with the younger generation with confidence rather than looking for just mothers, because mothers are of all ages. That's way too broad of a market. Unique, okay, what makes me a unique market? Well, you're young. You're actually one of the youngest people in here that I work with, right?
Yeah.
You're cruising along. You're a career girl. You are, yes, you're a mom, but you have a career. You take care of yourself, you take care of your kids, and you're young. Now let's look at the things about that are the most unique. You're young, you're successful, and you have a career. I would say, and anybody disagree with me if you would like, and if you believe this, but I would say that of those three things, those three are way more unique than her being a mom, right? Those three, remember how I say that there's three things about you that make you you? And that you have if you guys have ever watched my trainings before, I always say there's three things about you that make you unique. Salima has those three things: career, young, and successful mom. So she's got those three. So that's what I would market, Salima, is your ability to have those three things rather than just being a mom, because being a mom is not enough for you. And you're right, it's a bonus. So I was talking to someone today and we had this conversation, and she said, well, I feel like if they have their own business and they want to do this, then it's kind of a waste of my time because they're probably not going to go anywhere with it. And I was like, you know what? No, this is all perspective, you guys. What we need to do is we need to, when we're talking to people, find the ways that we relate with them. So for you, Salima, I would stop looking for ways to relate with people as mothers and start relating with people that are young they went to school, they have a career, and they're bored. That's a way bigger market for you.
I think my most successful ads, I've never really targeted ads to mums specifically, but my most successful, I think, 2 have been around me being young, having a decent career, but still wanting more.
Yeah.
So I think,
That's interesting. So then why, when I asked you about your avatar, did you go
I don't know.
So it's just an observation, right? It's like that's the underlying thing for you.
Yeah.
Like, and I bet you go into your conversations with that underlying, right? So all I'm saying is start to broaden it and open it up. And instead of looking for one quality in people that you can relate with, look for many. Yeah. And you'll have better conversations. You'll be able to help more people, and you'll be able to target a wider audience. Because I'll be honest with you guys, everybody on this planet, I do believe that we can help in here. I really do. I have that confidence. So, Salima, was that helpful for you?
Very. Yeah, it kind of just made everything all click, because I have been torn, but now I'm like, well, duh, like so easy. But yeah.
Okay, well, let's know how it changes. Let's come on next week and we'll talk about how it changed for you and how you can apply it to new conversations and stuff like that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's go next. Alana, I'm getting a lot of engagement as far as likes with my ad, but not sure what I should do next to convert those people into leads. Would a video ad be a good next move? Shake things up and get out of my box. Okay, awesome. Let's have a quick chat about this. And thank you for asking questions, you guys, because I think this is very helpful for everybody. So getting a lot of engagement as far as likes, the first thing is, do you guys know that every single time you get a like from somebody, that you add them to your page? If anybody doesn't know how to do this, please put it in the chat so I can show you how to do it tonight. But basically an opportunity for you when you guys are getting engagement is to invite new people to like your page. Very important. So get them to like your page. A lot of engagement as far as like with my ad, but not sure what I should do next to convert those people into leads. So yes, so what we do is called retargeting. So if you run an ad and it's getting a lot of likes, and this is a tough thing, is that people get a lot of likes and then it's like you actually are like, oh, I'm getting a ton of likes, but I'm not getting any comments. Yeah, you're getting likers, which is fine because you can get them to like your page, and the average person has to see something 4 times before they buy, so it's not a loss. So what you can do is you can retarget that same audience with a video ad. The more variety that you have with your ads, the better chance you're going to find something that sticks. So there's a couple things that you can do, and this is something that I'm doing, is when you guys are running ads and when you're looking for engagement on your page, I recommend boosting 1 to 2 posts a week that will get your engagement up. It will get your likes up. And then to the same audience, I'm running ads. A lot of people talk about doing content videos, which content videos are great. You can run a content video to that same group. If you don't know what I'm talking about content videos, please let me know and I will explain that to you, because I know we have a lot of new people, so I want to make sure that everybody's following along. So what I recommend is, if you're running an ad, also boost your post to that same group of people so that they're constantly seeing you. And yes, shake things up and get out of your box. So if you are scared to run a video ad and you're scared to get in front of a camera, you have to. Because it's like yoga. People are like, I'm not flexible enough to do yoga. I'm like, well, you're not going to get flexible saying you're not flexible enough to do yoga. That's not going to happen. So the only way for you to get confident and get in front of a camera is for you to do it. And to be honest, you guys, I always have had the confidence to be in front of the camera. I went to Vancouver Film School. It wasn't ever an issue for me. But I do know that people can't really get a sense of who you are, and in order for you to create trust with people, until you actually show them that side of you. And there's a lot of people that don't want to do that. And that's why, like, actually when I talk to people, I'm like, listen, you're going to have to put yourself out there. And when you're talking with your leads and you're explaining this to them, make sure you're honest with them, because we have to put ourselves out there. People buy people. right? Well, I'm going to keep saying this. People are buying people. They're not buying what you're selling. They're buying what you're showing them, the result of what you've got. So I'm going to say that again. People are buying the result of what you're showing them from what you have learned in here. So start shooting videos, start putting them out. The first are going to be absolute. Okay, I want you guys all to go back on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page if you haven't already, and I want you to go back and watch the first things that I've done. I have not erased them because I want to be able to show you guys that. YouTube, there's one on my YouTube. It's like seriously one of the first I did. It's terrible. But go back and watch them. And people have said to me, they're like, you don't even look like the same person. And it's true. You want transformation, you have to do the things that you don't want to do. Okay? Okay. Haven't completely figured out my avatar. Businesswomen who are looking for more than what the corporate world provided. Long-term goals is to have the freedom to run my own business on their own terms. Kayla. Businesswomen, we're looking for more than what the corporate world provided. So we're talking, let's go one step deeper than that. Women who get into the corporate world that are unsatisfied. So what you need to do is you need to find out why they got into the corporate world, because there's a few different reasons that people get into the corporate world. Number one, they want status, right? They want to be like, they want to make money. They want to wear nice heels. They want to go for those nice lunches. They want to feel important. That's one of the reasons. Another reason is they want to impress their parents. They want to follow in their parents' footsteps and make their dad proud, right? Another one is because they think that that's what a man would want, is a successful woman. So if you want to know your avatar, you have to get into their motivation. There's a lot of different reasons that people, not everybody goes into the corporate world because they're of the same reason. So Kayla, if you want to find out your avatar, you have to know what motivated them to go there in the first place. And then you feed that, right? How many of you are on an email list of somebody that inspires you that's doing really well in the industry? Actually, no. How many of you aren't getting an email from someone who's doing millions of dollars in the industry? How many of you aren't? In the online space, in marketing? Comment below. This might take me, we only have 15 minutes left. I should start cruising. So Kayla, I hope that starts you going down a more complete, more specific path. That might help. Avatar. Megan, corporate professionals that are 10 to 12 years into their career and realize they want more out of life, men and women 35 to 44. Perfect. So you got the numbers. You know your numbers, which is great. Corporate professionals that are X amount of years into their career and realize they want more out of life. Well, what makes them realize they want more out of life? Because they got into a career, they got into a business that they realized, and I know you unmuted yourself, and I'm going to let you, or no, I'll unmute you. People got into their career and they realized, number one, the money wasn't worth it because it's unfulfilling. Number two, they realized their pension's not going to be there when they're older. Number three, they actually got into it because they wanted to help people, and they realized that I'm not really helping anybody. I'm more just putting people into a trap. Number four, they actually just are really effing bored, and it's not at all what they thought it was going to be. And number five, they really actually just wanted to be a part of something and feel important and feel special, and they're not getting that either.
Yeah, for sure. 10 out of 10 friends interviewed all say the same things.
Okay. So
They're bored.
They're bored.
They want more to life.
Okay.
I just messaged Kayla. It sounds like we have relatively similar avatars.
Yeah, Kayla's in corporate too. I know that too.
Sweet.
So Kayla, you can jump into this conversation too if you're still here.
Yes, I am. Pretty much everything you just said just was exactly how I felt and how I want to come across. So this is perfect.
Okay, so let's talk about the first one. Boredom. You guys know that this is an industry that's not dying anytime soon, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys know that this is the beginning. right? Like this is an industry that's barely tapped. We're 3 to 5 years in. First 2 years where like most people weren't buying it. But you guys know we're like two to
Yep.
3 years in. Okay, right? You also know that this isn't going anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you also understand that this is an ever-evolving industry?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Unlimited potential.
right. So people that are looking for, that love education and get bored easy and are high achievers will never hit the ceiling. I'm telling you, you guys will never hit the ceiling in here. Wow. Because if you do, you're going to be making more than Russell Brunson and the guy charges, right? So one of the main things that I would be selling if I were you guys is education. And
That's a good point. Yeah.
And that
Yeah, that's how Melissa got me.
yeah. So so let's go to this. Kayla, have you watched every single training video that we have? Have you watched the Wolf of Wall Street sales training? Have you watched every YouTube video? Have you watched all the Zooms? Have you watched everything?
Oh my gosh. No, I've watched a lot, but you guys have so much content. And I was talking to Melissa last night and I love it. Like I work obviously 9 to 5, but I come home and I'm literally doing another 2 hours of watching the videos that are provided. So
Is that exciting?
There's lots. There's
Ready?
so much.
Okay. So have you wrote an ad about how exciting it is to know that you'll never hit the ceiling?
No,
Nope.
I haven't.
Maybe that's an opportunity for you to explore. You get excited about knowing I will never hit the ceiling. The opportunities are endless. I actually could be the most successful person in the industry because there's no right way to do this. It's innovative. And no matter what, I will never, ever get bored. How about that?
So true.
I would buy that shit. Honestly, somebody that gets bored super easy, like I would buy that. And if Kayla and Megan can get excited about that, why aren't you writing ads about that? Because you have been taught to write an ad a certain way. But you know what, you guys, write an ad on what you love the most. And the fact is if you can connect with that, like to me, like you guys are, and Mel's the same. You and us four are very similar in that sense. I started out just like Salima, where I was like, I just want to help these moms. And then I was like, you know what I really love the most is that I'm never going to get bored in here. There's so much to learn. It's super exciting. I love being an entrepreneur. That's why I started this 9 years ago. And you know what? I became more successful when I went there. So find the things that you get excited about, like learning. Megan, I know that's huge for you. Have a community of people that you can reach out to, like smart people. How many people have you ever worked with that you actually have reached out to and you're like, this person's smart, I want to get advice from them? Would you say
Probably more now.
Would you say there's more now?
Yeah, for sure, because the community is so big. I mean,
Perfect.
take a look at it. Yeah.
Write an ad on that. Write an ad on what you find the most valuable, you guys. And then it gets real. That's real for you, Megan. That's real for you, Kayla. You don't ever have to worry about selling something that somebody else told you to sell.
Mm-hmm.
For me, knowing that like every single day that I am going to learn something new, that's like a drug for me. It really is. Like I'm like a little kid. Like I love that. I like reading. I do love reading. But you know what I love more? When someone's sitting on the computer telling me something that like I learn. I love that more. I do. Right? So I talk about that. I love the live trainings. So is that helpful?
Awesome. Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And you know what? You two should connect.
Yeah, totally.
Let's do it.
Do it. Okay, perfect. Let's go to Sarah. Okay, these are okay. I'm not. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I forgot what I asked you guys. You're going to have to remind me. Okay. 10 more minutes. I'm going to rip through these. Long term, I've had visions of me being on stage and talking to people, helping them and motivating to live their best life. I know I have a lot of personal work to do there, but get the vision of it gives me chills. Perfect. So, Cheyenne, I have a similar goal. One of my biggest things I've wanted to accomplish, and this isn't a surprise because I've been teaching yoga for a long time, is I love public speaking. I love seeing people's faces light up when I'm talking and I see something click and that light bulb go off. So guess what the number one way to become a good professional speaker is? Doing it. And you have an opportunity to do that online. You have an opportunity to set up a go live, learn and grow yourself, and then share what you've learned, right? And I don't recommend doing more than one go live a week, but the best place to start being a speaker is to get in front of a live camera. And you're going to learn that here. So that's cool. I think that's a really cool market. Have you ever wanted to learn to become 100% confident speaking in front of other people? Do you guys know that's like, I think that's the biggest fear. It's like the biggest fear that most people have is public speaking. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it's like the number one biggest fear people have is public speaking. Do you know how many people want to gain that confidence? I would go and I would look at the stats on how many people are afraid to public speak, how many people want to public speak, and then how about start writing about tools that help people speak better in public. And you know how, Cheyenne, you're going to do that is you're going to do it yourself. Why don't you start volunteering to do stuff in person places? Start teaching yourself how to do it and then share that and get as many other people to do it as well. Then you're valuable, right? So that's amazing. I love that vision. I can totally relate to it. It's huge for me too and very important. Luckily, I did have a little bit of a background in film that it was a little bit easier for me, but I only just recently started getting people to ask me to do public speaking, and I love it. Absolutely love it. But that is confidence. That's because I've learned to be confident. I don't know if you guys know this, but like when I was a teenager, early teenager, I couldn't actually make eye contact with people. I couldn't look at people. I actually did like this. I'm not kidding you. I hid behind my hair. And I had teachers, I remember, get mad at me because I had such a low self-esteem. Not to get too much into my story, I haven't shared this a lot, but I had a very, very mentally abusive father that every time I kind of started to come out of my shell, he really crushed me back into it. I chose to take that path, but I seen a picture today and there's this little girl and she's like in a bathing suit and she's like making this crazy face and there's like a sprinkler in the background and it's like, it literally said, remember her? She's still in there waiting for you to reconnect with her. And you have to realize that we all came into this planet with that little light inside of us. So, and I think so many of us really want to regain that. So beautiful vision, Cheyenne. Don't ever lose that. Continue to work on your confidence and continue to build your value. Continue to read books and learn and learn and learn and then share it. Shane, I want people who are passionate about themselves. People who have stopped poisoning themselves physically, spiritually, and emotionally. But in doing this, I am attracting broke and broken people. I'm not attracting the people who are truly inside of themselves. Yeah, so you've become a personal therapist. I've been there. I've done that. Stop talking about this as a personal development opportunity and start talking about it as a business opportunity.
Yes, I kind of determined that in the last couple of weeks.
And that's great because now you know that, right? But the fact of the matter is we're looking for people that want to learn entrepreneurial skills. True entrepreneurs have to have skills, and that revolves around wanting to do personal growth, wanting to learn, wanting to educate, and yes, wanting to change their lives. So I would focus more on the freedom of running a business rather than the freedom of changing your belief system. Because this is the fact of the matter is when I owned a yoga studio, I was one of the first people that owned a yoga studio in Red Deer, Alberta. Actually, no, I was the first yoga studio. There's like 200,000 people there. And people were like, I knew that the fitness would sell. I knew it. I know that the importance of yoga is the spirituality, and people now that come to my yoga retreats say, I love your yoga retreats because it's not just about the physical. But when I first opened in my yoga studio, I was like, I knew that people were looking for a workout, and that's what they were looking for. But I knew once they came, they were going to get the other part. I knew. I was like, you can come for this. Perfect. Come in for this. You're going to get a whole lot more. And I do tell people there's a huge part of personal development involved in what we do. But we are not just looking for people that want to change their personal lives. We're looking for people that are self-propelled and want to change their life because they're more interested in investing their money differently than they have. So I know, Shane, you want to help people change their personal lives, but start selling the business rather than the personal development. And you'll notice a shift in who you're attracting. And if you need help with that, book a damn call with me.
I will.
But sometimes, you guys, we have to test things to know what works in order to know what doesn't. And Shane, you can help them in that other sense. But just, people are looking for time, freedom, and money. That's what they're looking for. Sell that. Once you start talking to them, make sure you let them know that we're going to get into some gratitudes and all the other stuff, so that they're not totally get in here and be like, oh, I didn't know about this part. But let's sell what we know people are looking for. People do want purpose. People do want community, for sure. That's a part of it. It's just a piece of the puzzle. It's a piece of the pie, right? Shane, you came in here because you knew that marketing would get you freedom in your life. Don't forget that. I know that you have had a completely different experience than what you thought you were going to have, and that's become the most important to you. But at the end of the day, you're still here because of a different reason originally. So you can, once you get people here and you can work with them, you can offer that same experience to them. But remember why you're here too. Don't forget that. Is that helpful?
No, that's perfect. Thank you. I guess, changed my avatar on the way through it, I guess.
Yeah, you did. And that's fine because you had a different experience. But remember why you were here in the first place. Because if I was selling you personal development, you wouldn't be here. Right? The personal development is what's going to get you your results ultimately, and is going to give you the most value, because that's shit you can't buy. But really what brought you here was the opportunity to have a different life. Okay, so let's put it this way. You're here because you wanted to change your life. Is your life changed?
Yes.
Perfect. That's all that matters. That's all you're selling. You came here because you thought that you wanted, and you might not have the crazy financial results that you want. You still know that you will have that. But you came here because you wanted to change your life, and you got those results. Just because those aren't the results that you might or might not think that other people are looking for, how much value out of 1 to 10 do you place on your experience that you've had since you've been in here so far?
Oh, it's a definite 10, for the simple fact that just the growth that I experience is going to be long-term growth anyway.
Perfect. So sell that, Shane. Speak to people, share with them the business opportunity, share with them the opportunity that they can completely change their lives professionally. Because let's also talk about this. Shane, how much of a pay increase did you get since you started here with your original job?
I just got a pretty big one.
Huge, right?
Yeah.
So you've had a personal experience, and you've had a massive financial increase in your current day job.
Yeah, considering I'm doing this because I don't want to stay there anymore.
at the end of the day, Shane, all you have to do is convert the results that you're getting into this. So you've got the results. They're just not where you want to see them. But you still have the results. So let's take the results that you've got, and the way that you convert them is to start selling your results instead of trying to sell the results that aren't really going to make people money and that people aren't really looking for. You've got the results. You have made more money, and you've had a huge increase in your personal life. So start selling that, because I know that it's hard for people to be like, well, I haven't had the results in here. I'm like, well, you have. You just might not have sold a bunch of stuff in here, but you still have had the results in your life. Imagine if you could earn $20K more a year and be completely happy in your personal situation. Who would buy that? Most people would.
That we're building content as we go.
We get so caught up on selling results that we've had that need to look a certain way. And that's why we start with wins, you guys. Is because you guys have to start looking at things that are working. And that's where you start selling something that's valuable. Not selling something that you think that you need to sell. Oh, Shauna and Melissa did $100,000 in their first year. Let's sell that. It's like, how about Shane has had huge changes in his personal life and professional life. He's got a raise. How about Kayla and Megan have found a new way to constantly be learning and never hit the ceiling? How about Salima has found a way to help the younger generation that knows there's another way, but they don't know where to start? The fact is, you guys, we're all selling something different, right? But no matter what, everybody that comes in here, we're going to take care of them. We're going to teach them that. Tonight hasn't been a ton of technical stuff, but avatar training, I will tell you, is the number one biggest gap that people have in not being able to grow their business. I truly believe that, which is why I wanted to do straight up avatar training tonight. I feel like we could do these like very regularly. We could, but we got to get into the technical stuff too. So it's 9:02. I want to see Shane, long-term to empower others to realize that they have a choice of what they do to their life to help other gain income. Independent, Michaela, independent, creative, empowered women who feel trapped in the traditional grind. The women who aren't looking for work-life balance, rather work and life is balance. Michaela, your avatar is really broad. We've talked about your avatar before, and I feel like you're the type of girl that does overthink some things. For sure. Only because you are a perfectionist. And correct me if I'm wrong. Where are you? I can't see you. Unmute yourself. There you are.
Yeah. Start of my life.
Yeah.
But so like right now, it's a lot of personal development for me. That's my biggest get.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. I'll be honest. Personal development is number one. But there's a problem with doing just all personal development. And when we get too much into personal development, we get too much into our heads, and we start to look at way too many tiny details. So the fact is, Michaela, is you are a woman that believes in freedom, correct?
Yeah.
You believe free. What would you say your highest value in life is?
Freedom.
Freedom?
Just any like career, life, creativity, everything.
Freedom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of selling independent, creative, empowered women who feel trapped in traditional grind, stop selling what people are in and start selling where they're wanting to go. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? Stop thinking about how to sell the problem. Stop thinking about how to sell the solution, and start thinking about what the solution makes people feel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of people just start to think about the solution You actually want to think about what do they get from the feeling of having that solution. And I feel like if you guys don't, like if you're like, it doesn't really make sense to me, write it down. Seriously, write it down. I don't see anybody writing it down. No, I'm serious, you guys. Like, write that shit down, because if that's not hitting really true to you, you need to get up and read that every morning. Because that's where you need to get with your avatar. That's where you need to go. Okay, Alana. Michaela, does that make sense to you? I know that was kind of super quick, but I know that I've talked to you about this before, and I also know that you're overthinking it. Not that I don't want to spend more time with you. It's that I actually just know that for you, I know that you know your avatar. But for you, it's a matter of simplifying it. It really is. Are you getting leads right now?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not.
Yeah.
No?
Sorry?
You're not closing?
No.
Would you?
I mean, it was super close, but it's just that 99. Like, they're buying into it. They want it. It's just they hear that 99. They're like, I'm just not so sure.
Because you haven't
But
sold.
they're not saying no. They just kind of drop off.
Yeah, it's because you haven't sold the 99 enough. That's it. Like, I think I've had one person in the last 4 months be like, $99, that's way too much. That doesn't make sense. The fact of the matter is you're not giving them enough value, because the $99 a month is worth it. You guys have to realize, okay, so training like this costs tens of thousands of dollars. It actually does. It does. So you don't find a place where you can get mentors that have done 6 figures that are going to sit here and go through 15 questions, 20 questions once a week. And then you guys have a bunch of other trainings that you can do. Plus, you have all this other stuff. The fact is if people are dropping off at the $99, you're not giving them enough information that they want to buy the $99. So, Michaela, maybe we should look at some of your stuff. I would love to see some of your conversations. Why don't you jump on the Aussie call on Friday at 3:00? Can you do that, or no? Do you work?
I'm flying back to California tomorrow, but I should be able to.
Okay. Why don't you jump on the Aussie call on Friday at 3:00? And I would love to look at some of your conversations and see what's going on.
Okay.
Okay. So put it in your calendar for 3 p.m. on Friday, and Safa and I can look through your stuff.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Alana, my avatar would be women who are looking to heal their lives from the inside out, get raw and real, and transform their pain into power. I know how it feels to be so fearful and stuck in a life that consumed me and cut me off from my authentic self. So first way on that, guess what the first way to heal that is? Confidence. Guess what the first way to heal confidence is, you guys? Put yourself out there. Guess what the best way to put yourself out there is? Getting in front of a live camera. I know that makes most of you cringe, but it is the #1 way to grow your confidence. So Alana, how many calls, how many go lives have you done? How many times have you got in front of your camera?
I have not gotten in front of my camera.
Okay.
So that is what's next for me.
Perfect. And you know what? Your journey, sorry, I'm trying to find you here. Oh, there you are.
I'm right here. Sorry, I'm just trying to take notes.
So, Alana, I would definitely say that if you want to sell that, you got to start doing it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep, for sure.
And you want people to realize their own unique power. Get people to not give a shit what people think. Do that by putting yourself out there. So get in front of your camera. Start putting that out there. You want to empower these people. That's how you're going to do it. By growing confidence. Okay? And start doing it. Like, I know people are like, do it every day and do it every day. No, do it. Okay. I'm not a big believer of like doing go lives every day. Don't do that either. Like, once a week, do a go live. Stand in front of your camera and film something every day. Put it in your stories, on your Instagram, your Facebook. Start filming yourself. Maybe cut a little video together. Have some fun. Get in front of your camera. For sure. That's how you do it. Okay, Last question. I can't go through any of these more, you guys. It's 9:10 after. I've actually had a couple people unlike my page the last couple of days. Not sure if it's quality of my content or what it is, but trying to come up with a plan. Cheyenne, stop focusing on the people that don't give a shit about you. I don't even notice. People unlike my stuff. Who cares? Thank God. Unlike it because they're never gonna buy. You guys have to start being grateful for the people that unlike your stuff, because they're never gonna buy, and they're not worth your time. So be like, sweet, great, thanks. I'm creating content that's so powerful that people don't know that they don't like it. Good, great, move on. Don't worry about people leaving. Think about how you can bring more people in. Allie, I ran a video views ad and got 1,400 views, but 0 likes. Did I run it wrong? No, you didn't run it wrong. It just didn't have a strong enough call to action. Maybe you need to write like, share, comment on it and see what happens. Have you guys tested this? How many of you guys have tested this? You do an ad and you put it out or something, and then you tell people like, share, comment. Have you guys tested this? Like actually? Because I'm telling you, if you don't tell people to like your stuff, they won't. And if you tell them to, they will. And people actually like being told what to do. It's true. It's a fact. Tell people what to do. Okay. Yes, it works. In Brandon's video, he breaks down the numbers of what we were getting with the 99. Yeah. Okay. See you later, Megan. You're probably already gone, but deeper. Okay. Last one. What are the questions to ask oneself to figure out their avatar? I want to work on that tonight when I write ads and I do creative wit. Okay, so what's your avatar? Why are you here? Why did you come here? And second of all, what have you experienced since you've been here that you want to share with other people? That's how you start. Okay. I said comment in a few different ways. Oh, so it was a call to, so you got video views and no likes and no comments? Did you put it in the A seasoning zone and get social proof? If you guys do that, make sure you put like, no comments, please, just likes and loves. Is this recording? Yes, it is. You're welcome, Kayla. Okay, Natasha, I'm gonna shut this down right away. You answer that and then we'll get going. Where are you, Natasha? It'd be easier if you just commented and let me know. There you are. Natasha, you there? Unmuted you. If you're there, talk. Okay.
Oh, I just really need to think about those questions, actually.
Okay, for sure. Think about it, and let's jump on next week and share it with you. So I hope this helped all of you somehow. Just to, like, honestly, you guys, learning your avatar is absolutely imperative. It doesn't matter if it's this business or another business. If you don't know how to speak to your audience and you're not clear on it, it's going to be really hard for you to sell anything to anybody. And just so you guys know, when we're selling things, it's not about selling things. It's about sharing something that can change somebody's life. That's what you need to do, is how can you improve or change someone's life, right? That's where you need to get to. There's something about sales and selling that freaks people right out. But if you're actually selling something that you know can improve somebody's life, sell that shit all day long and figure out how many times you can sell it. Because that, I tell you what, I have jewelry that I'm like, if that person ever stopped making jewelry, I would be heartbroken. Sell that shit. Sell the stuff that changes people's lives. You're welcome. I'm glad that it was helpful, Allie. Can you quickly repeat the questions? I don't know if this is going to be in the group right away or not. Yeah, well, I'm going to upload it tonight and you can look at it. But the questions were, sometimes I swear I'm like downloading things from somebody else and I don't even know where they come from. But the questions were, why are you here? And what experience have you had so far? Okay. Lots of love to you guys. Sorry I was around a little bit late. Have an amazing evening. And please, when I post this in the group, please write your biggest takeaway that you learned tonight. That'll be super helpful for everybody to see so that they can decide if they want to watch it or not. So have a great evening. Night, guys.